is CFO Career Accelerator, presented by CFO Intelligence, with your host, Andrew Zezas. Expert guidance on accelerating your career, managing transitions, and serving great companies. And now, here's your host, Andrew Zezas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CFO Career Accelerator, where we bring career insights and strategies to CFOs at middle market and enterprise companies to enhance their careers, minimize transitions, and contribute to their company's growth. I'm your host, Andrew Zezas. During each show, I'll share one idea, thought, or focus as part of an overall discussion intended to accelerate your CFO career. Now remember, I'm not a career coach and I'm not a recruiter. Today's topic is based on one important question. Here it is. What is the first and most important thing you should do on the first day of your new CFO job? Now think about that for a moment. I've heard a lot of answers to this question. Many CFOs say things like, on the first day of my new CFO job, I should send thank you notes to those who helped me secure that job. Okay. I hear things like, meet with my new team for the first time. Sure. Get to know my admin. Absolutely. Have lunch with my CEO, maybe for the first time. That's a great one. Introduce myself to shareholders for the first time. Walk around the office or walk onto the shop floor. All of these are correct, and they're all very important first day efforts. And you might actually get a lot of them done on your first day in your new CFO role. But none of them are the most important. None of them are what I'm looking for. None of them are the first thing you should do on the first day of your new job. So what is that first thing? Well, the answer to this question is very important because it is the first thing you must do, and it will form the foundation of your future at the company, in that role, and beyond. Well, have you figured out the answer yet? Are you ready for the answer? Well, wait, I'm not ready. Before I give you the answer, I have more questions for you to consider. So let's get to those quickly. First, when you take on a new role, a new CFO role, do you always execute a detailed written employment agreement in advance? Now, the operative term in that question is always. Surprisingly, many CFOs answer this question with a no. Secondly, for those of you who do execute employment agreements, are they frequently for indefinite terms? Almost everyone answers no to that question. Are they lifetime agreements with no expiration date? I've never heard anyone answer that question with a yes. When you do execute an employment agreement, is it written in blood? I've only heard Dracula say yes to that one. And no, I'm not going to do a Dracula accent for that question. But let me ask you a third question. When you take on a new CFO role, do you expect that the role will be one where, irrespective of the term of your employment agreement, that job will last for 10 or 20 years? And I don't know, you'll get a big payday and that it'll be the job from which you retire young and wealthy? In answering this question, occasionally I hear a sheepish, yes, I kind of hope that that's the way it's going to work out. Other than Dracula and the sheep, did you answer any of the other questions with a yes? Okay, so the reality is that when you take on a new CFO role, you don't always execute an employment agreement. They're not typically for indefinite periods. They don't go on forever. They're not signed in blood. And in reality, the likelihood is that you'll not be in that role for 10 or 20 years, and you'll not likely retire from that company young and wealthy. It's a great goal, but it's not always the case. Whew. All right, so that was a heavy lift. So each new job, no matter how great it is, it comes with risk, right? Risk that the job won't be permanent, it may not work out, and it may not deliver a big payoff. You may not enjoy it. You may not accomplish what you set out to accomplish. So each time you take on a new job, unless you're ready to retire and the job truly is your last, you may have to get another job after that one, right? Okay, so then let's get back to the question you've been patiently waiting for me to answer. I'll ask it again. What is the first and most important thing you should do on the first day of your new CFO job? Now, I know you're ready for the answer. Some of you may not like the answer, but I encourage you to seriously consider the questions I just asked you and your answers in the context of what I'm about to tell you. So, finally, the first and most important thing you should do on the first day of your new job, CFO job is, anybody get a drum roll? As an integral part of delivering great service to your new employer, you should begin laying the foundation for the day that this job will end and your first day of this new job. On your first day of this new job, the most important thing for you to do is to begin networking for your next job. That's what I said. Now, I just heard a couple viewers hit the off button. One person might have actually said a 4-letter word. Let my answer sink in for a moment. I didn't say you should plan to quit. I also didn't say that you should broadcast that on the first day you're looking for a new job. I said you should begin networking for your next job. That means settle into your new job, keep your commitment, do everything expected of you and more, promote your company while you promote yourself, and actively keep your eyes and ears open for your next job opportunity. Remember, this job won't last forever. Now, what's important is you can't deactivate your network, flip on the switch 6 months later after not serving anyone, and expect everyone to be available to you. So you have to keep your network active and begin networking right away. You must recognize that even your new job will end. And if you've learned anything here on CFO Career Accelerator, it's that you should always be networking, always seeking to help others, and looking out for your next job. Why would your first day be any different? Remember that your job is not your career. In an earlier episode of CFO Career Accelerator, I said that your career includes a series of jobs with transitions in between. And a successful career is one where transitions are anticipated, intelligently managed, and in that process kept short in duration. That's really what today's episode and this question are all about. So what is the first and most important thing you should do on the first day of your new job? The same thing you should do on the second day, the third day, and every day. Serve your employer incredibly well, help others, look out for your next job so you can protect your family and yourself and enjoy a great career and achieve the success that you're entitled to. Visit me on CFO Career Accelerator again next week and the week after and the week after for more insights as to how you might accelerate your CFO career. Thanks very much for watching. If you have questions or if you wish to share ideas with me, please contact me. I'm Andrew Zezas for CFO Intelligence and for CFO Career Accelerator, wishing you an incredibly successful career.
Thanks for joining us on CFO Career Accelerator, presented by CFO Intelligence with host Andrew Zezas. If how you serve your company and your career would be enhanced by connecting with peer CFOs from around the country, visit CFOintel.com to explore the benefits of becoming a CFO Intelligence member. While you're there, subscribe to CFO Intelligence magazine, take the CFO Business Sentiment Survey, arrange to attend exclusive CFO events, and explore our other CFO-focused podcast series, CFOs in Motion and Driving Opportunity, Your Company's Real Estate. Visit CFOintel.com. That's CFOINTELL.com. Remember to subscribe to this podcast series on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. This has been CFO Career Accelerator, presented by CFO Intelligence with your host, Andrew Zezas. We'll see you next time. The opinions and views presented on this podcast by Andrew Zezas are his own and may not be relied upon as fact. The opinions and views of others who appear on this show are their own as well, and may not be relied upon as fact or for any other purpose. Opinions and views and other information are provided for general information and educational purposes only.